Hi guys, so this video is due on Thursday. We only have 2 videos this week. This is on comparing linear and nonlinear functions again, and it is a recap for your mini quiz on Thursday. So, 2 linear functions are shown below, so they're already telling us that they're linear. Which function has the greater initial value? Initial value is the same thing as saying y-intercept. So when I look at a table, I'm looking for the y-intercept. And remember, the y-intercept is when x is 0. So this is our y-intercept of 4. And then here, my y-intercept is the number without the variable x. So my y-intercept is 3. So it's asking me which one is greater. And I can say function A has a greater initial value because 4 is greater than 3. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Tell whether each function is linear or nonlinear. All right, so linear or nonlinear, remember, means we're looking for, is it straight and is it constant? Okay, so I see the first one is a curve. This is not straight. So therefore, it is non-linear. I'm going to go ahead and write that sentence for function A. Function A is nonlinear because it is not a straight line. All right, let's take a look at function B. Function B is y equals x. So if I were to plug that in a calculator or look at that graph, I can also see that it is in the format mx plus b. It just doesn't have an initial value, so that means it would be 0. So when it is in this format, without even looking at the graph, I can tell that it is linear, okay, because it is in slope-intercept form. You can also take a look at the graph, and you would see that when you plot it, it is a straight line. Okay, one more question. The equation y equals 4x minus 2 and the table and graph are shown at the right describe 3 different linear functions. All right, so before I even do anything, I'm going to write function A is y equals 4x minus 2. Function B, let's call it the table, and function C is the graph. Okay, and they're telling us already that they're all linear. Which function has the greatest rate of change? Which one has the least? Now, what does rate of change mean? Rate of change means slope. So I'm going to look for the slope for all 3 of these things. So in our first one, in A, we see that it is y equals mx plus b format. So I always know that my m's are my slope. So in this case, I don't even have to solve anything. My slope is 4. All right, I'm going to do my table now. So I see that my table goes up 5 and up 1. So my change in y divided by change in x is 5 divided by 1. So that gives me a slope of 5. All right, and lastly, notice how these numbers aren't written in. So I'm going to fill them out on here. Yours should be done for you already. Okay, so I'm going to pick 2 coordinates. Pick a different color pen. Okay, so when I look at these two coordinates and I look at my x values, to go from 0 to 2, that's plus 2. That's my change in x. So I'm going to put that in my denominator at the bottom of the fraction. Now I look at my y values. To go from 0 to 4, that's plus 4. That's my change in y. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now I also see that my slope is going down because it is in a negative direction. So that means it should be a negative slope of negative 2. All right, so which one of these numbers is the greatest and which one is the least? Let's start with the greatest. So linear function B is the greatest of 5 as the slope. And that would mean linear function C is the least rate of change or slope. All right, hope this helps. See you tomorrow.